It's time to rock and roll, baby. Daisy Jones and the Six and First Eps, the collaboration that everybody wants in their lives.
Yeah.
We watched the first episode of this brand new show. We're going to talk all about it. My name is Eric.
I'm Daisy Jones.
And this is First Eps. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of First Eps. Now, I just want to clear things up.
Clear the air.
You are not Daisy Jones,
I'm not Daisy.
as you said in the intro.
Yeah, that was a lie. And actually, that was really just to kind of get more support, get more viewers, get more listeners.
Get the blood flowing.
Yeah,
got me going. Got me going.
Sure it did.
What up? What
else got me going was what's going on this week? We haven't seen each other for a little bit. Tell me what's happening with you.
No, we haven't. It's been a whole week.
Yeah. It's been a long time. Yeah.
What has been happening? Yeah. Nothing.
Yeah.
Not really anything. So I'm just glad to be back with you.
Yeah.
Talking about
who isn't?
New TV shows.
Yeah. This one was one that you read the book on.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
Okay, I was surprised by that because I didn't know it had a book.
Yeah.
But we'll get into it.
We'll get into it. So we watched a show. It's a new Prime Video series, Daisy Jones and the Six.
Yeah.
This is based on a book, by Taylor Jenkins Reid.
Is that a boy or a girl?
I think it's a girl.
Okay.
But that's a good question. I just assumed based on the other works that this person has.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a brand new show. Just came out I think a couple days ago from this recording.
Yep.
And yes.
And what's it on again?
It's on Prime.
Prime. Okay, cool.
But yes, I have been looking forward to it for a long time. Yeah. I am a huge fan of the book.
You love music memoir shows.
I do. Dude, anything with music in it. I'm a big fan of musicals.
Yeah.
Big fan of movies about music, TV shows about music. So yes.
Well, you know what was so funny was we watched Angelique, and she was in a band, wasn't she? And you didn't seem to be a big fan of that, so I'm surprised that when you're,
she was not in a band. I don't think.
Wasn't she?
Oh, she was.
Remember, she was kind of cooling up there a little bit.
That was not good.
Yeah.
Girls Five Eva. That was about a band.
Well, I thought you really liked that because what's her name was in that?
Busy Phillips. Yeah. I never went back to it. I just kind of forgot about that one. That one was very forgettable.
What would you do if we got Busy Phillips on the show?
Oh my God.
Guests.
It'll be amazing.
Yeah, maybe I'll reach out to her and see if she might want to be, just a one and done kind of guest. Of course, she can come more often if she wants to.
Exactly. Or at least we could pay $500 for her to record a cameo.
We're just playing in the background.
Yeah.
I like that too.
I think I did see recently, she was doing cameos for it was for a charity thing.
And $500?
It was expensive.
I was going to say, because that's not that charitable.
No, it was a lot.
She's a bigger actress than many on there, but
maybe it wasn't $500, but it was more than I felt comfortable spending.
And you're a super fan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, no Busy Phillips in this show. Totally different cast. But yeah, so I actually listened to the audiobook, and I highly recommend it to anybody because it's done like a like a teleplay where it's
what is that? Is that where it's basically kind of like a TV show, but you don't see the actors?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just each character has its own actor. There's some big name actors that do read the audiobook. The way it's written.
Those sometimes, or reads those sometimes too.
Yeah. So the way it's written, it's set in interview and then
it's a thing these days.
Past.
That's not a standalone thing that for your book. Other ones are doing that too.
Absolutely. There's a whole bunch of them. Especially now that Audible is a thing. Okay. There's a lot of them on there where they're fully cast like a movie. Yeah.
So it's not just the normal e-reading books where it's just one actor reading the whole book.
Right.
This is okay, gotcha.
In fact, this one it's doesn't have, because there's some that I've listened to prior that were that have sound effects and all this whole thing.
Yeah.
It's they used to do the radio programs.
Yeah.
This one is
the footsteps walking the hallway.
Yeah. This one is still just an audiobook, but just read by different characters. But I highly recommend it.
Cool.
Go check it out. But yeah, let's talk about this show. We watched the first episode. We're going to give spoilers for the first episode. Nothing major. We're not going to, this show really didn't have any spoilers.
No, not really. I guess the plot, but.
Yeah, the way, but nothing really major happens. This first episode was absolutely just setting the tone, showing us the characters.
Yep.
So it starts off, and it kind of quickly introduces us to all the characters, but not in name. We just see all their faces, and they're all sitting down to do this interview. Because the style of the show, it's kind of like a like a rockumentary, a mockumentary,
but not funny.
No. Like a VH1 behind the music.
Yes,
which was always a big fan of that.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So, and they're talking about their lives during this band. So it starts out with like quotes on the screen, just talking about how like Daisy Jones and the Six were like the biggest band for this period. They sold out this show, and it was their last show together or whatever. So already right there, huge spoiler.
Yeah.
Right in the beginning.
That's true. So we know something's about to happen or going to happen eventually to them.
And then it shows like this grainy footage of the band and just like all this shit that's going on, like the drug use, the fights, and all this stuff.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So, and then it cuts to like, they're talking, says 20 years, no one has talked about what happened during the recording of this album until now.
Oh, my God.
And then, bam, we get right into it.
Oh, and who are these people? I'm like, now I was excited for those people, but who are these people?
Yeah. You got to pay attention to far too many people.
Yeah, and they're all the same people, but with different hair. And I'm like, are these people young or old? Anyway, we'll talk about that more later on. But
yes.
I got confused.
It goes into the credits. We get our first taste of the music style of the band. And I was like, okay, I could get into this. And then it shows us, we first meet Daisy Jones.
Sure.
The elder Daisy Jones talking to the camera and about how she fell in love with music. And then it cuts back to the 60s. We see her as a kid, as a teenager. And then she's sneaking into bars.
Yes. Whiskey a Go-Go.
Yeah. Going to see concerts.
The Troubadour.
It's how she discovered rock and roll. How did you discover rock and roll?
I don't know if I ever really discovered rock and roll, but...
Like, I guess your passion for music.
Yeah.
What really ignited that in you? I don't know the answer to
I can tell you the very first time more of the rock that I ever listened to that I absolutely got drawn to was Smashing Pumpkins Today.
That album was like the first time I really got into like heavy metal music.
And I remember like that hypercolor like ice cream truck that they're driving in, and like they're kind of driving and singing like Today, and I have no idea. And James Ehow was there. I wasn't sure if it was a boy or a girl. I didn't know what we were on. I was like 14 years old, but I was ready for the ride. 13 years old. I don't know what I was. 12.
I love it.
I loved it.
I love that. That's like
well, before that, my
memory.
Music, well, because the things I listened to before were like the Beauty and the Beast soundtrack.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. Yeah, like.
Up until you were 15, you were just rocking out.
Right, exactly.
Just Aladdin.
Exactly. A whole new world. And then all of a sudden it's like, today's a great day. And I'm like, what am I watching? Like, man,
Yeah, I had a very similar experience because, before then I'm listening to like the stuff that was just popular. I remember listening to like Hootie and the Blowfish and like Blues Traveler and stuff like that. Yeah. Whatever was popular, I would buy that album.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it, sure. But then once I got introduced to like, I remember... Smashing Pumpkins, that was a huge one. That Bullet with Butterfly Wings was like the heaviest song I had ever heard in my entire life.
That album was fantastic.
It was so good.
I was definitely in high school for that album, and it was the two.
Yeah, the 2 disc.
And I'm like, this is so cool.
Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness.
That was my first 2-disc album ever.
Yeah,
so great.
Because even before then, like listen to like Green Day because that was popular.
Yep.
Dave Matthews Band.
Oh, yeah,
and nothing I really like fell in love with.
I love Dave Matthews. It was a big Orchard Park thing.
Yeah, me too. Like, I was like one of 5 people that really didn't like Dave Matthews Band, but I pretended I did.
So you had to.
I wasn't on the outs.
Exactly. I was on the outs.
But I remember like the Jagged Little Pill by Alanis Morissette. That was a big one for me, too.
That was rocking, too. That was rocking back in the day.
Yeah.
The Cranberries song.
Zombie.
Yeah. Although, I mean, those still weren't my first ones, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, that's funny.
It was, and then, like, what was your first concert? Do you remember that?
Yeah, it actually, I believe it was. I think it might have actually been Alanis Morissette and REM. No,
really?
Radiohead. And Alanis Morissette. But I also saw REM at some point in time.
Interesting.
Because I love that one. No, I think REM was my first one because it was when they had that automatic for the. What was the one like? When the day is gone.
Yeah. Was that on like
or Monster? I don't remember what it was. One of those ones.
Yeah.
And I remember being like really young, but we got tickets, and I like my friend's mom drove, and I thought it was so cool. I think it was that one, and I think Radiohead opened for them.
Wow.
It was before they got like really famous. Because then I saw Radiohead twice because they opened for Alanis Morissette maybe like 3 years later.
Gotcha.
And I'm like, who are these people? And I love their music. And then they became huge after that. And the other ones kind of faded. But anyway,
true.
So what was your first concert?
I think it was, I think it was at Melody Fair. I went to Edge, like the first Edge Fest.
A Melody Fair.
I think that's where it was.
So for those of you who don't know, Melody Fair was like on the old Wurlitzer jukebox like grounds, right?
I don't remember where it was. I remember I had to have my sister drive me because I couldn't drive.
Right,
I wasn't
right.
old enough.
Your
I had
older sister, who actually had a license, so she was like the cool sister.
exactly. Yeah, but it was right around my birthday, and she that was her birthday present to me. She drove me to the concert.
That's amazing.
I remember, the tickets were like $5.
Yeah.
And I saw Poe and
that's cool.
Mighty Boss Tones. I forget who else was there, but it was a great
awesome.
show.
Nice.
All right, let's get back to this show,
Yeah.
and then we meet Billy Dunn, the other main star of this show.
We're back. Yeah.
And he's playing guitar.
Oh yeah,
he's joining the band with his brother.
Did he have like the star quality that you look for?
Okay. So when I'm listening to this story, I'm envisioning these people,
right? Yeah.
And they
casting great so far.
So far, yes.
Okay.
Yes. The I like both of them. Daisy Jones. I'm not familiar with her as an actress. Riley Keough.
That's who that was.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like. Isn't that like Elvis Presley's like granddaughter?
I have no idea who any of it is. Okay. And then Billy is played by Sam Claflin, who I just know him from. He was in the Hunger Games.
Okay.
And I always thought he was very attractive. Something about his mouth.
Huh. Or you like mouths?
Yeah.
I don't remember him from that at all.
Yeah, he was a
he looks old
small
now.
Character. He wasn't one of the major ones.
Okay.
Later in the series,
Gotcha.
maybe. But yeah, he's definitely he's super skinny for this because they got to play like that 70s that skinny chic look.
Yeah, they did a good job with that.
So at first, I didn't recognize him because he was
everyone's so
full.
skinny.
He was thick previously.
That's so funny.
And now he's super skinny.
Yeah, gaunt.
Yeah. So now it's just going back and forth between the guys in this band that they created, the Dunn Brothers band.
Dumb Brothers.
And then, not the Dumb Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
And then Daisy Jones.
Yeah.
And she's
in LA.
doing drugs.
Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's rocking and rolling. She's writing songs and they're out there. There's a scene where they get in a fight with their shitty dad who
supposed to be living in Georgia.
He wasn't there.
Yeah.
And then some of the there again, not anything major as far as story happened. We get to see some other new characters. We meet Billy's love interest, this woman named Camilla.
Love her.
At a laundromat. Then their bass player leaves for college. That's like a whole point thing. We're right when we're starting to get it big.
Yep.
And then we meet one of Daisy's friends, Simone Jackson, the disco queen.
Oh, right. Yes.
And then Timothy Oliphant shows up briefly as the manager of this band. And he's like, it's not happening in New York.
No.
It's not happening in London.
No, man.
You got to be in LA, baby.
Yep. And I was ready to pack up and go right now.
Yeah,
myself.
So you did suggest that, let's go to LA.
I was ready for it. He sold me.
He did. He was good at it. So he sold the band because they're like, hey, let's go to LA.
I mean, what's here for us? Nothing, right? We got to go and explore.
And then we go back to Daisy's having she's trying to figure out who she is in life. And a guy calls her his muse. And she was like,
sets her off.
Fuck that. I'm no one's muse. I'm the somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So she bounces and she goes and she sings at a bar with a piano and kind of finds herself and realizes this is what she wants to do.
Yep.
And then we see the band on the road heading to LA.
Yep.
And that's the end of the first episode.
Yep. And there we go.
And there we go. What's cool about this show is that throughout the entire story, you're going to hear about all these huge songs they have, and
I can't wait.
And the whole time when I'm listening to the book, I'm like, how are they going to do this? Because these songs, some of the ones that they come up with, they describe them as some of the greatest songs ever made.
Yeah.
And now they have to try to make that as a show, make actual hits.
Well, I mean, you told me that in your mind, maybe your wife told me that it's based on or loosely a Fleetwood Mac kind of a group.
It is, yes.
So I feel like they could just do, give us similar sounds to that era of music, and we would be sold on it.
Yeah, I think so too. If they do
that, never break the chain, just like that.
Exactly,
yeah.
but just different words. Never break the rain.
Yes, it was like, ow! Yeah.
No, but they did actually bring in, so they have Jackson Brown, Marcus Mumford, and Phoebe Bridgers.
Okay. You love Phoebe Bridgers.
The
soundtrack?
Wrote the soundtrack. So there's a full soundtrack out. There's the actual album that they are talking about that's out. You can listen to it on Spotify or Apple Music, whatever.
I'm going to do that.
It's really interesting how they
Have you listened to it?
No, I'm waiting.
Okay.
I listened to the one song that they had released just to check it out.
Yeah.
But now I was like, no, I want to see it first.
Yeah.
And then I'll listen to it. That's how I always feel.
Cool.
But yeah, I'm definitely interested to hear what it's all about.
And that'll be a key part. I mean, music was a key part of this whole show.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it was like all these, seminal songs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of
playing throughout.
So it's interesting. I'm wondering if they'll do like a soundtrack also with all the music that they had on it.
They should.
That's not just like the Daisy Jones music.
Mm-hmm.
So, because there were so many great songs that I would like to listen to it again.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely very much focused on. Well, I mean, the show's about a band, so obviously it's focused on music.
Yeah.
And that's like we talked about at the beginning of the show, a music show.
Yeah.
And I'm in.
Yeah, of course.
Dude, I was always like,
yeah.
I mean, musicals, first of all, like Glee. I was a big fan of Glee.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell anybody. It's embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the whole world was into Glee for a little bit. Not you, because you don't like musicals and
you're
uncomfortable. Yeah, you are threatened by the ability of these children and their singing.
I'm not the muse. Yeah. I deserve to be the
You're the somebody. You're the somebody.
That's it.
Or you just are you're uncomfortable with the sexual feelings you have towards like the little wheelchair kid in there. Well, and
no, it's not. It's not a sexual feeling. I'm uncomfortable how like I feel like they're so earnest, and it just makes me uncomfortable because sometimes I don't know I like it all that much, and then I'm like, I feel like they want me.
You want them to not,
and I don't connect with them, and then I
you
feel
only
awkward.
like music where they just like don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
like listen,
exactly.
I'm just up here. Just paying the bills, and then I'm out of here.
Yeah, I like that cold, composed. Yeah.
Were there ever any like shows or movies or anything that you got into that were centered around like the music? So for TV shows, there was like Empire, which was about like
I remember you like that one.
The like R&B and hip hop, and that had every episode had like a new song that was made for the show. Same with Nashville was the same way with country music.
Okay.
There was a show called Roadies by Cameron Crowe. I loved this show. It only lasted one season.
Yeah.
And then like Girls Five Eva we mentioned.
Right, of course. Yeah. No, I haven't gotten any of those ones. Yeah.
Dave was about a rapper.
No? Okay.
No, nothing.
I was thinking Dave like when he was a president.
Oh yeah,
he was like dude in
that movie with Calvin Klein.
Not Calvin Klein.
Kevin Klein.
Calvin
Klein stole his name. Obviously, it's a play on Kevin Klein. We all know that. So there's you're never into like anything like that.
No, in fact, when they do the musicals, I'm often like, oh, why is this a musical episode? I don't want to watch this.
Yeah,
like the Buffy one though, I did like.
Okay.
Yeah.
So even as much as like just shows about music though, you've never like really been drawn to anything like that.
No, not really.
What about like movies? Like here, I got a list.
Okay.
20 of the best.
Like Dirty Dancing.
Okay. Right? What about like
I didn't really watch it, but
all right, let's just take a look at this list.
Okay.
So this is the top 20. La Vie en Rose. That's a biopic of
Edith Piaf or whatever. Yeah, of course. That's a classic one. That one's great.
Yeah, you got into that one?
Well, I like that song.
All right. Bound for Glory. It's a
is that the one where they were like
David Carradine as Woody Guthrie?
Oh no, I'm thinking of Blades of Glory.
I've never seen that one. 8 Mile. You're not the biggest Eminem fan. Ray Charles.
Oh no, I'm not
played by Jamie Foxx. No,
I prefer Jamie Foxx to Eminem.
Okay,
but yeah, on the rating scale.
Let's see, Behind the Candelabra about Liberace.
You would think I would, but I have not seen that one.
So that one is I know was pretty popular. Steven Soderbergh did it.
Of course. Yeah.
Okay. Moving on. Control. Now this is a biopic about
Laura Branigan.
Joy Division's lead singer Ian Curtis and his struggles with epilepsy.
Now when I imagine
it sounds depressing.
Yeah, interesting. I did not know he was an epileptic.
No, me neither. Never even heard of it though.
Mm.
So let's see. The Last Days. It's about Kurt Cobain, directed by Gus Van Sant. I've never seen that. I've never seen hardly any of these either. So don't.
Okay. Yeah.
The Pianist.
Oh wait. Oh, The Piano.
Oh yeah, that's a different one.
Right. Yeah.
The Piano is where you see that fat guy's big dong, right?
Wait, like the guy who chops off her hands?
I don't remember.
I don't know if we're talking about the same movie.
Love and Mercy. Never seen this either. Man, I got some movies to watch here.
Yeah.
This is about Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys.
Oh, I like the Beach Boys. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's good tunes.
And here we go. Selena.
She died.
Yeah, she did die. This one's got J-Lo in it.
Right. Yep.
As the titular Selena.
Who's the crazy manager in that one?
Ben Affleck.
I thought it was going to be, what's his name? Who's the guy in It's Always Sunny? Danny DeVito.
Oh, he would be a good one. Sure. Straight Outta Compton, about the NWA.
Okay. No. I saw them in New York, though.
You saw the NWA?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You didn't.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Oh, okay. I was like, really? The Runaways, it's about Joan Jett.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Cherry Bomb.
Yeah. Notorious. About Notorious B.I.G.
B.I.G., yeah.
Rocket Man.
No.
It's Elton John.
Rocket Man.
That's with Taron Egerton, who is an amazing singer, by the way.
Okay, yeah. Take your word on that one.
This is Spinal Tap, a mockumentary.
I have seen that one.
Okay, that's a good one. What do you think of that one?
Very good, very good.
Rob Reiner.
I would give it an 11 out of 10.
Hey,
See,
you did the thing.
It.
You did the thing.
Yep.
Once.
Like the Disney musical
No. This is, so I can't believe I've never forced you to watch Once. Once is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's directed by John Carney, and it is Glenn Hansard and Marketa Irglova. It's just a story about these
talked about
two.
This one, yeah.
Yeah, I think I've forced you to listen to the music
soundtrack
many
times.
times.
Yeah. That's the one. What is it called?
Falling slowly.
And they sing together.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah.
So good.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. A Star Is Born. Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga
And that other guy.
Yeah.
Bradley Cooper.
Oh, yeah. No, I thought it was Tony Danza.
Hold me closer, Tony Danza.
No, Tony Bennett. That's what you're thinking of two songs.
Yes. Would you like to see her sing with Tony Danza?
Sure. Because if she did
hey, Lady Gaga over here.
Like, wait, why is she with him? I meant Tony Bennett.
Do you remember when Tony Danza had a talk show?
I did. That's right. Oh,
we should revive that.
No, that was.
Let's spend a lot of money to bring this back.
Maybe he'll call in as a guest too.
Yes,
he's got to be on Cameo.
How much is his Cameo?
Yeah.
We'll look that up at the end.
Yeah.
And then Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you don't like Freddie Mercury.
I mean, they're fine.
You don't like his stupid face.
No, it was more the mustache.
Yeah. And then Walk the Line.
Ring of Fire.
Yeah.
I'm Reese with a spoon.
Yeah, that's right. That's good that you recognize that she was in that. So yeah, that was according to this one shitty list I saw.
Well, what about Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? That wasn't on there. Now that was one to get behind.
A musical.
Okay.
Now we're talking about things about music, and I'm surprised they didn't have the what's that band with the Own Eaters? What I Like About You or whatever.
That's what I like about you. You keep me warm at night. What's
the movie with Tom Hanks? The things you do.
The Wonders or something?
Yeah, that thing you did.
Yeah. That thing you do. What is that one? That was big for a while.
Oh my God. You doing that thing you do. Fucking great song, man. What? Breaking my heart into
Was that around the same time as the Friends theme song? Because I think of them together now.
They have the similar tone. Yeah. But then one of my favorite movies is not listed here. Whiplash. Have you ever seen that?
Well, wait, isn't that the one with Drew Barrymore and you're skating?
No.
What is that?
That's Whip It. This one is about it's with I'm not gonna remember J.K. Simmons. He's the composer or the conductor, and he's doing this jazz band, and it's got
I'm so confused.
The guy he's a drummer, and he's gotta go faster.
Who's J.K. Simmons? The guy from Kiss?
Nope.
Who's that?
I don't know. Gene Simmons?
That's it, yeah. Wait, who's J.K. Simmons?
I'll show you a picture
I
of
don't
him.
know who this is.
So
wait, this is
Whiplash. This guy.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Look at him when he's super muscular there. Oh, this is the movie. So he's like this.
Okay.
Dude, it's so good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I watch it like regularly, and I don't even like
So
jazz
he's a
music.
conductor. Oh, he's a jazz musician. Okay.
Yeah, well, he's a jazz conductor for like this,
like a jazz orchestra or something.
For like one of the best like music colleges in the country. So like he's like really like he's like a real piece of shit.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Kate Blanchett was just in one Tar.
Yeah. I'm about halfway through that.
Yeah.
It's great performance.
Yeah.
Pretty boring.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, there's a ton of them out there, and I'm absolutely drawn to that. Initially, I'm surprised that I haven't seen more of the ones on that list, but it wasn't a great list. I don't know. It was like none of them really like interest me.
They didn't touch me, but
Almost Famous.
Yeah, that's one of your faves.
That's my third favorite movie of all time.
Exactly. We had Lost in Translation
and Pulp Fiction.
Oh.
Yeah, you're good, dude.
Yeah,
you're good.
Yeah,
but yeah, Cameron Crowe did that one, and it's a movie that I watch probably once or twice a year.
Okay. Yeah.
Love it. The Blues Brothers. That's another one that was not mentioned, but that was more of a comedy, I guess.
Oh, Amadeus.
I never
watched it.
Amadeus.
It was always available at Blockbuster.
That's the only thing I know about Amadeus is that "Rock Me Amadeus" song. Is that bad?
No, I don't think so.
I know nothing about the actual classical artist.
No, Amadeus, Mozart.
I might be able to pick out like a bust of him.
Yeah. Curly hair.
We'll do this for next time. I'm gonna put out like 3 busts of people, and you have to try to pick out Amadeus.
Okay. You're gonna have.
I'm actually gonna sculpt them.
And you have to like clay or like
clay
butter
or butter.
Just like water and flour, just mashed together like a potato.
Yeah, like a papier mâché.
Yeah. All right, I'm ready for that. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm surprised that. I mean, I'm not super surprised that you haven't seen a lot of like movies about music, but as like a fan of music,
I like music. I do. Yeah.
So like,
I'd rather just see the concert or like the band or like the performance.
So you'd rather put on like, say there was what's your favorite band?
No, I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't really.
Let's say Jenny Lewis.
Sure, I love
there's
her.
A movie about like Jenny Lewis's like life, and then there's like an album.
Yeah, I mean,
brand new album. Which would you rather partake in?
Oh, the album.
Definitely. The album over the movie.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I feel like I can kind of read about the movie like by reading online, like a Wikipedia.
That's weird that you enjoy movies by reading about them. But the only person.
But the music is like.
Oh, did you watch that one? I read about it. It's fine.
Well, because that's what the movie is too. It's really written about somebody.
But if it has
from the person.
But what if it has that new music in the movie?
Okay. I mean, if it's part of the movie, so like if it's like I feel like Taylor Swift would do that, like create a movie and like the music in it.
Oh man, I would love to see that movie.
Right?
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
But no, cool.
What is your favorite band right now? Any thoughts? Yeah, it's hard. Like having I was thinking about this recently, about having a favorite band because sometimes your favorites at the time then come out with like lately. All my favorites that I've always enjoyed have just been putting out real stinkers of albums, and I don't know if it's like my taste is shifting or if like they're just and I'm just not enjoying it as much.
Yeah,
or they're getting like me too, like Arcade Fire and
I don't know. Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, their last album I wasn't into. I don't know. I have to think about that. I've been listening to a lot more like people I don't really know, but like retro sounds again. So they're like new artists, but like retro sounding new artists.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, like 80s kind of sounding ones again.
First Aid Kit has a new album coming out soon.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
And then like
that song,
I think right now I think my favorite is probably Churches. There's someone I just put on like anytime, like no matter what mood I'm in. Like if I'm in a happy mood, if I'm in a sad mood, I'll pop them on, and there's a song for every
mood.
For every mood. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and they had a newer album that came out, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe about a year ago now. It was like the first concert I've seen in probably I don't know, since COVID, since probably like maybe 6 months before COVID even. So like 4 years, 5 years, I don't know. Yeah. But it was great. It was a great show.
Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah,
you think about it. Let me know.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, let's give our review.
All right.
About the first episode of Daisy Jones and the Six on the first step scale, 1 to 10. 10 being the best. What are you giving it?
I am going to give it high. I really enjoyed it. I am torn between, I don't know. I want to give it a 7 or 8. I don't know which one.
Well, I'm giving it an 8.
I will also give it an 8.
Yeah.
That was my initial gut. And then I'm like, okay. Because I don't want to sit up too high because I don't know how it's going to go. But I love the time period. I'm loving the music. And I really want to. They're setting it all up to be really cool. And I love Fleetwood Mac. So you or whoever's mentioned that totally sold me on it because they obviously had a lot of drama going on behind the scenes.
Yes.
And I would love to kind of just be part of that world a little bit. So this is one of the first times I'm actually looking forward to watching a musical thing because I really always liked that band.
Yes, I knew it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the book was loosely based around Fleetwood Mac and the whole Rumors era where like they created this amazing work of art and then like just couldn't do it anymore.
Like imploded on each other.
Yeah, imploded. Perfect word for it. So yeah, cool. It's you're right, dude. The music, the style, everything is great. I'm hopeful that the music that they create is something that we'll enjoy as well, as opposed to just having the great songs in the background. But yeah, I guess we will see. Now, on a scale of 1 to Bobby Cannavale, where do the lead actor and actress land for you?
The head guy.
Yeah,
they're about the same as Lindsey Buckingham.
So that's low. Is that low? Because Lindsey Buckingham's a weird looking dude.
Yeah, he's my least favorite of everybody in that band, even though he was like probably one of the top 3 people.
Lindsey Buckingham. Yeah, exactly.
So
although he did that Holiday Road song.
Holiday Road.
It's a great song.
That was when he was recovering from coke and not part of the band.
Yeah. It's his claim to fame. Even more so than any Fleetwood Mac stuff.
So he's handsome. This is the guy from what's it called though, right?
From the Hunger Games? Yeah.
I like him better when he's parodying in the future.
Yeah, with the beard, long hair.
Yeah.
He's not as gaunt.
Right.
I agree. I like him better then too. Yeah. I don't like the super skinny look.
Yeah, it's very severe.
Yeah. So
it's not my style.
I think he's right. He's on par with Bobby Cannavale for me on the Bobby Cannavale scale. He's right there, right at level Bobby Cannavale.
I think it's a little less attractive than Bobby Cannavale for me.
Less personally. Than Bobby Cannavale.
A little bit. Yeah.
Wow.
It's not my style of man.
And what about Riley Keough?
Oh, she's doing great.
She looks great. She fits perfectly for the era.
Yeah.
The way they have the older version of her. I did picture her like reading this as a little bit. I mean, I think I pictured everybody a little bit older.
They're a little
so they
young.
might have changed that in order for them to not have to age them as much.
Yeah. Because that was a little weird, I thought too. Yeah.
Because that would be hard to do, like without prosthetics and that sort of stuff. Make them look much older.
Because when we first started watching, that was my biggest question / concern was I had assumed that they were like Fleetwood Mac of that era from the 70s. Yeah. And then I'm like, wait, why are we watching them now when they're clearly like, they look like at the most they're 10 years older.
Yeah. So they said 20 years. So
it'd be like when we were in high school or something, like 95, 96, 97 or something.
Yeah. So if this was, let's say 70, 20 years later.
Oh, 70? Oh, so it's 90. Okay. That's when they are? So that's earlier than us.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know then. Do they look like they're from the 90?
Yeah,
that's like almost 80s. They don't look like they're 80s. I don't know. That's weird. Anyway.
Well, so no, maybe I guess it's 20 years later from when that thing happened. So it's probably
from when the explosion happened with them. Okay,
and so maybe that might have been in like the late 70s.
I just assumed late 70s. Okay.
Yeah, so like almost 2000.
That would make more sense.
Lots of math here, guys.
Yeah.
Don't let that discourage you from going to check out
Yeah.
Daisy Jones and the Six. The first 3 episodes are out now. There's 3 episodes coming out next week, and then I think 2 and 2 the week after. So the series will be done in 4 weeks.
Is it just one and done? That's my second time using that today in this podcast.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, okay. I think they're going to tell the entire story of the band.
Interesting.
I believe so. I can't imagine they would make it longer than one season.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
cool.
But yeah, definitely go check it out. Prime Video right now. You can listen to the music. on any of the streaming services too, if you like that. And you can read the book. Man, you can get it everywhere. You can do all three of these things at the same time. Read the book, listen to the song, watch the show.
Ooh,
just
that's amazing.
Let it flow through you.
It's a lot like us, right? For our podcast, you can listen to us on,
Yes.
audio. You can see us.
Oh my God, what a segue.
You can hear us, right?
Yes.
Because on our Patreon, we've got that new album we just dropped.
Oh shit, yeah.
You and I travel to the beat.
Yeah, we just sing covers of, who is that band?
The Stone Ponies, featuring Linda Ronstadt.
Oh,
yeah.
So I'm Linda Ronstadt in this scenario.
Yeah, and I'm the Ponies.
Yeah, you are the Stone Ponies.
I'm the Stone Ponies.
All right, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, check that album out. Coming real soon. As soon as we learn how to play instruments and sing.
Exactly.
I mean, we could probably sing.
Yeah.
You and I, boopy-de-doopy.
Poopy-de-boopy.
Something like that. I don't know the lyrics. All right. Thanks so much for watching this episode of First Eps. Listen to the show anywhere podcasts are found. Watch the show on YouTube, Pop Culture Playground, and check us out. We're on all the socials, TikTok, Instagram.
Oh, that's where we get sing. We can find it there.
Yeah,
we'll do a clip.
We'll get our big break somewhere. Someone's going to find us.
Yeah, like Kobe Calais.
Groom us.
I don't know if we want to use that term.
I know. It really became a negative term.
It's a negative term now.
Yeah. I want to be groomed by Kobe Calais. Is this too much to ask?
We'll have her on another podcast too, I'm sure.
All right. We're out of here. Thanks so much. We'll see you next week.
Bye. Now, we've heard through the grapevine lately that there's been a lot of, things on what is that, in the morning show where they've got like a lot of illicit sex going on between the co-hosts.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought we have a little thing going on that people might want to think about or know about?
I mean, we weren't going to talk about this. I mean, we talked about it that we weren't ever going to tell anybody about our...
but people want to know probably, right? Are we or aren't we?
Exactly.
And, this week, we may or may not talk about it.
Now, at First Eps.